everybody, welcome back. It feels like a long time since I've been working out with you, so we're going to ease back in with a lovely gentle intermediate session. Remember, if you need support, if you need a chair, if you need anything to help you, then just have those nearby. And let's get going. So we're going to start in standing position. Bring your feet to hip bone width. Relax your arms by your side and just ensure that you're standing nice and evenly. We're not leaning too far forwards or back or one side or the other. Just lift the crown of your head to the skies and release those shoulders again. When you feel ready, simply take a full breath in and feel that breath expanding your rib cage. As you exhale, keep going till you can't breathe out anymore without force, and just feel yourself growing taller. Inhale again and lift that spine. Exhale as you spread your toes out, feel your shoulders relaxing. And we'll breathe one more time. Inhale and really expand your lungs this time. As you exhale, feel a connection with your pelvic floor, your deep abdominals. Lift and lengthen that crown one more time and just start to roll your shoulders beautifully smoothly. Nothing should feel stressed or strained today, and if you feel a little bit tired or achy, just back off. It's absolutely fine. Now, if you're doing this outside, really open up your senses, smell the air, feel the sun or the wind on your face, and really absorb yourself in the moment. And we'll do one more of those. So bring the arms back and down and just check that you are still connected and centered. As we inhale next time, just start to float your arms forwards. Now remember, the movement's coming from the shoulder, not your spine. So try and keep your spine really still. How do those shoulders feel today? Softly bring the arms down. Now if they don't feel like going all the way up, just go halfway until your shoulders have mobilized and lubricated a lift. So remember, as we're moving the arms, try and keep your abdominals connected, keep your rib cage back and down. Lift, 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 rib cage closure, and all the way down again. So ensuring that we've got the fullest range of movement possible through that shoulder joint. Let's do that one more time, just the shoulders. Inhale, lift, and exhale down. So we're going to add a little bit of a balance challenge this time. Arms come forward and peel your heels off the floor and lift up towards the skies again. Softly bring your heels down, arms return to your side, and again. So each time we start with a deep breath in, arms float, heels raise. Now your buttocks will engage a little, and we come down. If you feel a little bit wobbly today, you could just lift one heel if you fancied, or keep both heels down and just work on those rib cage arms, and down we go again. Let's do two more. So inhale, we lift, and if you like, pause at the top, balance, challenging your balance further. Arms come down, pressing back just a little further. One more. Inhale, lift. Now at the end of this one, we're going to a little squat. So heels come down, arms come down, and start to bend your knees and hinge at the hips. Press your arms back, lengthen your spine, come down a little bit further. Just ensure that your knees are not collapsing together. Arms come forwards and up again. Balance on the balls of your feet. Arms come forwards and down into that little squat again. So just remember, those knees do not collapse. Your back stays long and the head stays lifted, but we're not looking up. And then we come up again. Inhale, lift, 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 lift. Engage. Center, push up from the balls of those feet. And we come all the way down. Remember, your breathing is so important here, and you feel so much better if you feel those lungs and empty those lungs every single time we move. And the last time we come down, heels down, press those arms back and just stay here for a moment. Hold it, hold it, hold it before we push back up to standing position. So corkscrew arms, turn your thumbs outwards slightly and start to lift your arms out to the side. So we go into floating arms. Again, check out how those shoulders feel. The hands move to the back of the head. How does that one feel? Let's release and stretch out. Let's do that one again. So inhale, lift. Hands placed at the back of the head. Try not to push your head forwards. Almost draw your head back into your hands and release. So we'll add on the next part of the movement. I'll turn my back to you. So arms come wide, hands behind the head, and elevate the shoulder girdle and release. Gently draw the elbows backwards without arching your spine and bring the elbows back to start position and release. Let's repeat that one. So inhale, big wide stretch of the arms. Lift the shoulders. And deeply release the shoulders. Gently draw your elbows back and bring your elbows slightly forward just into your peripheral vision, and then let's release those arms. And now let's add that double heel raise again for another balance challenge. We come up, hands behind the head. As your heels come down, your shoulder blades lift, drop them down, open wide and release. Let's do that one more time. So big breath in as we lift up, exhale, drop down, lift the shoulders, inhale, release. Elbows open, elbows softly close. And we're going to add a side reach onto the next movement. Here we go. So raising those arms, hands behind the head, heels drop down, shoulders lift and release. Elbows gently draw back without force. Elbows forwards. Now very softly raise your right elbow up towards the skies and your left elbow points down. And we're trying not to rotate the body here. Imagine you're standing up against a wall. Keep your shoulder blades flat against the wall. And we come back and we release those arms back to the beginning. So floating arms, heels raise, heels down, lift the shoulders, drop them down. Open wide. This really opens up the upper body. Elbows soften, inhale. And as we exhale, let's take that right elbow up. Gently up, with the left elbow up rather, and your right elbow points down. So remember, no rotation here, just lateral flexion or side bend. And we come back and we lift and release. So we're going to add on one more thing. So we go into those corkscrew arms, heels down, elevate the shoulder, really lift up, and then softly drop them down. Elbows draw back, elbows draw forwards, inhale. As we exhale, let's go up to the skies. Now see if we've got a little bit more movement there, and reach overhead if you can. Hands behind, pull back. Now we're going to go into a rotation, so slowly turn your body to the left, but try and keep your pelvis square to the front. And we come back softly and release those arms. Let's do the other side. So inhale, we lift, balance on those balls of those feet, and heels come down. Lift your shoulders and drop them down. Open wide, softly, feeling more release through the front of the collarbones now. Elbows soften. Let's take it over to the side. So again, point that elbow up to the sky. Rest your head back, or press your head gently back into your hands. Come back up, inhale. Now as we turn, lift the crown, so we're elevating as we rotate. And remember to try and keep your pelvis square to the front here. And we come back and we release. Let's run through that once more each side. So big lift, inhale, big balance. Heels down, shoulders lift. Shoulders drop down. Elbows open. Elbows close. Let's take that over to the side. And remember, you can add a bigger reach if you like. Increasing that side stretch. And we come back. Exhale and we turn the body. Let's see if we can turn just a little bit more, keeping that pelvis square to the front, and we spring back, arms release. Let's do that once more on the other side. So inhale, lift, heels raise, balance practice, and softly down. Elevate the shoulder girdle and release. So let's take it over to the other side. Now really feel like that elbow is lifting up towards the sky. Bring it back slightly and press your head back into your hand, engage your center. And we come back. Let's turn our body round, round, round. Now, if you've got a little extra twist there, inhale, exhale, and see if we can just go a little tiny bit further. Keep your shoulders relaxed here. Come back to the center, coming up, and then we bring the arms all the way down. Give your shoulders a little roll out. They've worked hard. And one more. So we're about to roll down, guys. So just check your foot position back to hip bone width. Stand up nice and tall. Inhale, turn to the side. As we exhale, draw your chin towards your chest and feel your spine is still lengthening. On the next out breath, let's see if we can just roll the head forwards a little bit more. And remember, you can bend your knees at this point and even put your hands on your thighs if your back feels a little stiff. Continue to roll down bone by bone until you feel you've reached your comfortable position. Don't worry if you can't get all the way to the floor. Take a breath in down here and just make sure that your neck is relaxed, your shoulders are relaxed, but your tummy muscles are still connected. As we exhale, start to tilt the pelvis. Imagine you're stacking your pelvis back on top of your thigh bones, and we restack the spine, bone by bone by bone. At the top of the movement, just stand tall and really stretch your spine. Inhale. Exhale, down we go again. So this time we know where we go. We can go down a little tiny bit quicker, a little bit smoother. Just make sure those shoulders and neck muscles are relaxed. Inhale. Exhale, and we peel back up. Let's add an arm circle this time and look up to the skies into a little back bend. Palms come together, tummy muscles stay connected. Arms come to the front. Inhale. Exhale, we roll down. Now just see if you're feeling a little bit more flexible this time, and could you bring your hands a little bit lower? Don't forget, hands onto your shins if not. Exhale, and we roll up. Let's take those arms back into that little back bend, coming up to the sky. So squeeze your bottom gently in your thighs, your abdominals are connected. Gently extending your upper spine, arms come forwards. Let's do that one more time. So as we exhale, really feel your spine starting to flow now. Down we go, and we're going to pause here, tuck that chin, relax the shoulders. Stay here, exhale, see if you can come a little bit lower. If you're feeling a bit stiff, don't force it, just try and relax and breathe into this movement. Exhale, and we start to roll up again. Arms come back. Now really engage your glutes, your thighs, your abdominals. Feel that wonderful extension in your upper spine. Arms come forwards and roll down. Now this time we're going to stay down. Now you could hold onto your thighs, your shins, or the floor. And we're going to do a little bit of walking. So we're going to bend the right knee and keep the left knee straight. But feel like you're still lifting up from your center. We're not collapsing down. Simply switch legs. And switch again. You'll get a bit of a stretch in the back of your thigh, the back of the knee, the calf, your bottom, probably your back too. Exhale. Now again, try and keep your shoulders a little bit relaxed. And let's get into a nice little flow of movement. Inhale, exhale as we straighten the leg. Inhale as we bend and switch to the side. And exhale. Now if those muscles feel really tight, we tend to hold our breath a little bit. We tend to stiffen up. So the more you relax and breathe, the better. And if it's just too uncomfortable, back off a bit. Go into an easier, gentler position. Let's do 4 more down here. And 3. Shoulders relaxed, chin gently tucked. 2 more. And 1 more. Just pause here for a second. Straighten both of your legs. And we start to roll up. Remember, you can bend your knees and walk up if you need that extra little bit of support. So come back to standing correctly. Feet back to hip width position. Well done. And just find your center. Hold on to something if you need help with balance as we go into our marching knees. So transfer the weight to your right foot and just peel the left heel off the floor and see if you can just lift that knee up in line with your hip. Don't worry if you feel too wobbly, then hold on to something, or just lift your heel and keep your toes down for now. Otherwise, off we go. So marching knees. Now, while we are flexing those hips, we're trying to keep the spine really nice and still. Okay, if you've got the wobbles like me, just start all over again. So arms nicely relaxed. Now I'm just really focusing on lifting the crown, staying tall and strong. Exhale as I lift the knee up. Inhale as I place it down. It's really important to work with that breath every single movement. Exhale. I'm going to bring my arms down and I'm going to add an opposite marching arm movement. So if your coordination isn't great, don't worry about it. Just see what happens. There's no right or wrong here. Each time the arm's going to climb a little bit higher, and we've already prepared those shoulders, so that should lift nicely. And lift. Now we're going to add a little arm circle as well. So arm comes up and circles back to the beginning. Arm comes up and circles round. Remember, you can always stop and start again if you've lost your coordination. So really stretch the spine. Keep your body as long as possible as you move your arms and your legs. So moving from a really stable center. Let's just do a few more of those. And 3. Love these circles. And 2 more. Now I'd like you to do 1 more and bring your feet down and keep them down, but keep that movement going with the upper body. But as we circle the arm, turn to look behind you just a little bit. Inhale, arm comes up. Exhale, and we turn and circle the body. Now there will be a little bit of movement at the pelvis, but we try and keep the pelvis again square to the front. So we're working on rotation of the upper spine. Round we go. We've really got to keep our spine flexible in all planes of movement. Rotation is so important. We use rotation in everything we do. Round we go. Inhale, lift. Exhale, turn. Inhale, lift. Exhale, turn. One more this side. Beautiful circle. And then we bring your arms down. Perfect. So we're going to sit down now. And if you need cushions or blocks to sit on, absolutely fine. So find your seated position with your feet about hip width position and just place your hands underneath the back of your thighs. Sit up as tall as you can and really feel your sit bones pressing down into the floor. As you exhale, let's apply a little C curve. So all we need to do is give a soft tilt to the pelvis, a gentle nod of the chin and a little scoop of the tummy. So there's not much of a movement here, it's quite subtle, but feel your spine gently curving into that C shape. Roll the pelvis forwards, lift the head, sit up tall, inhale. Let's do that 3 more times. So remember, it's really subtle. The rib cage stays over the pelvis here. We're not rolling back too far. We're really trying to open up that lower back, in fact, the whole spine. Inhale and we lift. As we exhale, gently roll back. Now try and keep your feet nice and flat and still. Each time you might find your spine releases just that little bit more, which is lovely. But if you feel a little bit stiff, don't force it. Just keep it nice and gentle. So we're going to add roll back to our C curve this time. So apply your C curve and release the arms and just start to open up your hips a little bit. Start to extend your hips. So we need to engage the tummy muscles a little bit more, and we just pause here. And some of you might find that quite challenging on your abs already, so don't force yourself, and you can hold on if you want to. Slowly come up, we inhale. C curve your spine and then roll back. However, if you're feeling really strong already, if you are nice and flexible, your abs are working well, by all means come back a little bit further, but make sure we maintain that lovely scoop at the front and that lovely curve of the spine. Let's repeat that twice more. Exhale, C curve your spine and then roll back a little bit further if you feel you can. You don't have to, you can just stay with that C curve if you like. And we lift up. So remember, everything should feel comfortable and in control all the time. And if we need to go back a stage anytime, that's absolutely fine. So rolling back here, feel like you're tucking your tail between your legs and really opening your spine up. It shouldn't be stiff, it shouldn't be straight. And we come up. So that takes us nicely into our roll down if you can. So C curve and roll back, and then continue to place one vertebrae down onto the mat in turn. How's that feeling? Bring your head down, we inhale, arms come back. Circle around. Now we can either bring the knees in, and remember how we beautifully roll up like a ball if that's easier for your spine, or we can keep the feet down, arms circle back, inhale, exhale, lift the head, neck and the upper spine and peel one vertebrae off. So just see what feels best for you. So you can continue to roll like a ball, or you can do that beautiful smooth segmental roll down of the spine if that feels comfortable for you, in a lovely circle. And press that pelvis into the mat and feel your spine really curving as we lift. So we do one more with the knees bent. Oh, it's so good to massage the spine. Big stretch back with those arms, really open up those arms and then roll up. And then if you fancy it, let's try doing that with our legs straight. So keep them about hip width and just press the back of the thighs into the mat. Again, C curve, see how the first part of movement feels. Continue to roll back slowly, arms reach back. Now, in full stretch, try not to lift the spine away from the mat, keep it in neutral. Peel your head, your neck, your upper spine, and we come up. And let's take that forwards over the legs for a little extra stretch. Don't force yourself, just relax your shoulders and then sit tall, inhale. Remember, you can keep your knees bent and keep rolling up like a ball if that's the best way for you to roll up and down safely and smoothly. Exhale and we peel up, and then we continue to move forwards into that lovely spine stretch forwards, or not if you're feeling really stiff. Inhale, exhale, roll down. So really lengthen those legs away from you. I'm sort of sliding, I'm on a bit of a hill here. Inhale, arms come back, arms circle round, and we come forwards. And I've got a beautiful bumblebee in front of me on some clover. So it's just lovely to be out here in nature and just see what's going on around you as you work out. They're probably wondering what on earth you're doing as well. Exhale, and we roll up. Last spine stretch forward then. So just come forwards, relax your shoulders down, just shake those legs out if you feel really stiff, and then sit yourselves up. And we're going to roll all the way down now onto our backs into supine position. So neutral pelvis and spine, arms long by your side, and ensure that your head is right there in the center. Let's start with a little curl up, guys. So bring your hands round behind the back of the head. Inhale, and as we exhale, nod the chin, so a little cervical nod to lengthen your neck, and we curl up. Now we're not coming up very high here, and I've sort of gone into a bit of a dip, so I'm not coming up high at all. Reach forwards to your thighs if you can let go of your head, and lift your body another inch away from the floor. Try to bring your hands back behind without your head dropping, and lower down to the mat. Inhale, we'll try that one again. So exhale, curl up, hands behind the thighs, and lift up a little bit higher. Release the thighs if you can without your head dropping, and roll down. So if you're feeling really strong, curl up, reach forwards, and we could come up a little bit higher, but make sure your spine stays in that lovely C curve. And make sure that when you let go of your legs, you're not going to drop down for the upper body. So your abs are working really hard now. Inhale. Exhale, nod of the chin, curl up, reach for those legs, and make sure your abs are doing most of the work to lift you up, not just your arms, because when you let go, your abs still need to be working. Don't let them go. Coming all the way down. Inhale. Exhale, curl up. Now if you don't want to let your head go, you stay here and you just try and lift an extra inch. Otherwise, hands forwards and curl up, and pause. Let's really scoop deeply. Hands back behind. Do you want a bit more of a challenge? Let's try this then. So we curl up, and as we reach forwards and lift, extend your right leg and try and keep your thighs parallel here. Pause for a second. Hands behind the head. Lower your upper body down slowly. Head down before we place that knee down. Oh, lovely challenge. Exhale, curl up, and we lift. So try and keep those thighs parallel and your pelvis is nice and level. Big scoop. Hands behind. Have we still got the strength to hold that position? Oh, roll down, bring your foot to the floor. Let's do a couple more of those. Exhale. So remember, this is an extra challenge. If you don't feel like you really want to do that part, keep your feet firmly on the mat. Hands behind, and just pause here. And we curl down, bring that foot down. Let's do that again. Exhale, curl up, and really scoop as we lift the body and extend. So those thighs are working hard here too, and those hip flexors. Hands behind the head, curl down. I think there's two more to be had there, so let's try it again. Exhale, curl up, and we lift. I threw myself into that one just a little bit, and it's better if you do it slower. You work your abs a lot harder. So this last one is going to be as perfect as I can possibly get it. Exhale, curl up, reach forward, and slowly lift. Really working hard now. Hands behind. How we do, guys? Slowly down and just rest. Oh, beautiful. Bring your feet and knees together and your arms out wide to the side, ready for some little hip rolls to recover. So palms are down, you're reaching away, your arms are below your shoulders but just above your hips. As we exhale, take your knees to the right just a little way, keep the inside edge of your feet connected, and turn your face to look down your left arm. Feel a beautiful rotation in your lower spine. Back to the center, inhale. Exhale, allow your knees to roll to the left. Turn your face to look down your right arm, and try and keep your shoulder blades flat on the mat underneath you so they're not lifting. There'll be a tiny bit of movement, but not much. Inhale, center. Oh, that's such a lovely little recovery movement. Knees across. Keep your knees gently together. Keep the inside edge of your feet together. Lifting that left foot. And then we come back. Gently pressing your feet together, your thighs together. And just continue those gorgeous little hip rolls a few more times. Now, if your spine feels nice and flexible and is released, you can take your knees a little bit closer to the floor. But if you're feeling a little bit stiff, just go as far as you feel you comfortably can. There should be no discomfort with this movement at all. Turn your face to look down the opposite arm so we get a lovely rotation through the whole spine, lower, middle and upper. And exhale. Let's do one more each side. Inhale, center. Exhale and turn. Inhale, center. Exhale and turn. Now just pause here for a second. Hold it, hold it, hold it. And come back to the center. So bring your feet back to hip width and bring your arms to your side, and we're going to do a little movement called toe taps. We're going to keep the head and shoulders down to start with. So just ensure that your pelvis is neutral and your abdominals are connected. And as we exhale, slowly raise the right knee up above the hip. Now the knee is above the hip and your foot is in line with your knee, pretty much. Softly bring that down. I'm just keeping my hands on my hip bones just to make sure there's no big movements there to start with, and simply press that down. Exhale. So this should feel quite easy. We shouldn't feel that the body's rocking and rolling all over the place. We should only need a small amount of abdominal connection for this movement. We shouldn't need to be gripping and bracing, and we do breathe out every time that knee lifts and fully inhale as it lowers. So these are just knee folds, getting ready for your toe taps. This time raise your right knee and hold it there. Engage your abs a little more because we're going to lift the second leg, and we're just going to float those knees above the hips and your feet in line. So from here, working the abs a little bit harder to keep the back stable as we just tap the right foot down towards the end of the mat and draw it back up. Now it doesn't look much, but it's surprisingly challenging on those abs. So just make sure that your back is not arcing away from the floor as you start to get a little bit tired. So we can bring the hands down for a little bit of support. Inhale, lift. Exhale, tap down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, tap down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, tap down. Now we can keep going in this position if you like, or we can add a little curl up. So knees up, hands behind the head and curl up. So lifting the head and the neck. Remember, we're not forcing that chin down, and just start to bring that foot maybe a little tiny bit further away from the body. So now we're going to work even harder at keeping that pelvis nice and still. Now you can experiment and take your foot further away, just making sure that the back is not lifting and arcing away from the mat. Exhale down, inhale, lift. Now can we maintain that scoop at the front and that nice stable spine? Now if you've got any strength left, we could reach the arms forward if you're okay to let your head go. But if your neck's feeling a bit strained and a bit wobbly, then keep your hands behind. Let's really reach forwards now, sliding those shoulder blades back down. Inhale, exhale, lift. Let's do 4 more here. Little tap down. It's a surprisingly good little ab workout, hip workout. Last 2 times. 1 more. Bring those knees in and let your head and shoulders come down. Just have a little rock and roll around. Brilliant. So we're going to come up and we're going to roll over and come down onto the front of the body to give those flexors a little bit of a rest and a stretch and work the back of your body. So this is a nice gentle diamond press. So bring your hands into that diamond position and place the fingers and thumbs underneath your forehead. Your elbows are open wide and just draw your shoulders back a little bit, but don't force them down. Your legs are extended about hip width position. As we exhale, slide your nose forward and segmentally lift your spine away from the mat. Now the first one might not be very big because we've been working those flexors hard and your extensors need a little bit chance to wake up. So again, at the top, try not to shrug your shoulders and feel that your neck is lengthening, not shortening by looking up. Peel your chest down, your chin down, your nose down, your forehead down again. Exhale, so feel like we're taking off, a really smooth takeoff on that runway. You might find you could come up a little bit higher this time. Exhale, peel your rib cage down, your chest down, your chin, your nose, your forehead again. Exhale and take off again, each time coming up a little smoother. Now we're going to keep forearms down to really support the upper body. We should feel no discomfort or pain through any part of your back. And down we go. Keep those elbows wide, your shoulder blades flat against the back of the rib cage, and we lift. Beautiful. So feel like you're really pointing your crown of your head as far away as possible. As we come down this time, engage your glutes, your abs, and feel if you can just lift your legs above the floor. Stretch those legs, really working your buttocks here and opening up those hips. Legs down, head up. So we could lift a little high now if you felt comfortable. If not, you keep it nice and low level. Chest down, head down, legs are going to lift, really stretch away. Don't rush this movement. Feel those glutes working hard. And we come up and we just float, shoulders back and down, tummy muscles connected, spine is always long. And we come down. Legs are lifting. And we're just going to do that one more time. So lifting up. You can straighten your arms a little bit if you like, but try not to shrug your shoulders. And as we come down, get ready to keep those legs there this time. So stretch your legs out, lift them up and start pulsing your legs together, little prone beat movement. So the balls of your feet might, or the base of the big toe may come together, your heels may come together. Little pulses. Stay connected and centered. Feel your buttocks working, your hips and your thighs, but your lower back should feel quite comfortable and stable. So breathe in for 5 or 6 pulses. Breathe out for 5 or 6 pulses. Relax your shoulders. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more deep breath in. Feeling good. Exhale. Still the legs. Float the legs down. Hands onto your shoulders. Now slowly push up. Come into 4-point kneeling if you can. If not, go onto your side or onto your back. And just start gently rocking backwards and forwards. Inhale forwards. Exhale gently back. Starting to feel a lovely stretch through your spine. Inhale. So remember, if your knees don't like this position, just go onto your back and pull your knees into your chest. So bring your bottom to your thighs, your chest down, and your head down. Now pause here for a second, and I'd like you to really focus on the back of the rib cage as you breathe in. Feel those ribs separating and opening, expanding. As you exhale, relax your body down into the floor. Breathe in. Exhale. Sink down. Breathe in. I can hear a helicopter over there. There's been nothing in the sky for days and days, and he's decided to come over right now. Breathe in one more time. Exhale. Bring your hands under your shoulders and roll up from the base of your spine. Beautiful. Just turn around for a sec. Carefully lower yourself back down onto your back. Let's finish with a little hip stretch. So bring your right knee in, send your left leg away, elbows wide, and just squeeze that knee in towards you. And release. Squeeze and release. One more time. Squeeze and press the back of the other thigh down into the mat. And simply switch sides. So squeeze and release. Squeeze and release. And squeeze. Now bring your feet to the floor and gently slide your legs away and bring your arms just off the side of the mat. Feel really comfortable. Support yourself if you need more support. And all we're going to do is take a deep breath in. Feel the breath. Smell the air. Smells sweet. As we exhale, just sink your body down into the mat. Try not to resist. Breathe in again. What can you feel? Can you feel a breeze? Can you feel the warmth of the sun? Can you feel cool? What can you hear? Can you hear the bees, the breeze, the birds? Exhale and really let go. Feel like you're just drifting off. Breathe in again. Exhale, let go. One more deep wide breath in. Exhale and switch off. Allow your breathing to become natural and gentle. With each out breath, feel your body switching off just a little bit more. Perhaps just relax your jaw and the muscles around your eyes. Gentle breath. As you breathe out, just smooth your forehead and your cheeks, the scalp, around the back of the ears. Breathe in. As you exhale, relax your throat and your neck area, your shoulders and your chest. Breathe in. As you exhale, allow your arms to become heavy and just smooth all the way down into your palms and your fingertips, and just release. Take another breath in. As we exhale this time, just feel the back of the shoulders and your spine melting down into the mat. Feel your tummy muscles completely relaxing. Can you feel anything different now? The sun's come out, feeling warm. As you exhale, allow your pelvis to become heavy, sinks down, relax your thighs and your buttocks. Work down over your knees, front and back, your calves, your ankles and your feet and your toes. And just for a few more moments, be really still, be really peaceful, very calm. Just focus on the rise and fall of your chest and how peaceful you feel. Just allow yourself to drift. Gentle breath in and a gentle breath out. And a gentle breath in. Stay as relaxed and peaceful as you are. Just become conscious of your breath again. And as you breathe in and out this time, just move your fingertips and your toes. And start to stretch your hands and your feet and circle your wrists and your ankles. Tiny little movements both ways. Start to open up your elbows and your knees, or bend or flex them up into your shoulders and roll your hips gently. Stretch out your spine and take a huge breath in. As we exhale, just bring the knees in towards you, give them a little squeeze, and when you feel ready, just roll up so you're sitting or kneeling or feeling really, really, really comfortable. I could have quite easily drifted off there in the sunshine. That was amazing, guys. Great to be back with you. I hope you enjoyed that and continue to keep up the good work. And I'll look forward to seeing you again really, really soon. Take care. Bye.